Welcome, adventurers. I am your GM Goblin, and I today am playing Final Fantasy XIV. As you can see, I have a few quests that I need to do. There's a lot of quests. There's a lot of content. So if you're like me and you don't do all the side quests, that's okay. But today I want to tell you what almost broke me in this game. And I'm going to give you an example of it. Oh, pretty teleportation like this being common, not just in RPGs, but in MMOs in general. Thank goodness we don't have to run everywhere. Although that sprint should probably just be a sprint, guys. Take it off your cooldown, especially in a city. As you can see, we've got lots of quests, but let's start this one. Give me dialogue. Yep. So here we have an example. Now, not all of this is voiced, and that's fine, especially for a game that was 12 years old. And there's a lot of lore and history for Final Fantasy that I didn't know, not really knowing the world or anything whenever I came into this. I knew a few people that had played Final Fantasy games. My wife has played, I don't know, probably all of them. And reading and clicking through these, okay. What almost broke me is I came into this after looking at the classes and I wanted to play a Dark Knight. So I had to start off as a warrior. Let's clear this through. And so my base class was a marauder, and then my warrior was my main job once I hit level 30. Well, what killed me was following the MSQ, which is the main story quests, all the way to level 50 plus, so that I could open up the appropriate storyline. It has taken me I played and went without a lot of sleep. I kind of got addicted to just the grind to get here. And it has taken me, I have no idea, probably like 40 hours to get here. So it has taken a lot of time, and I have been short a lot of sleep. So the last few days I have been definitely catching up. But that is something that I really wish they would change. And I know that there is a very large love for the story. Well, I'm going to tell you, I skipped most of it. I did, thankfully, because there's so many of you that love this game so much. I did happen to listen to the storyline going on like 2 or 3 times speed, because that's how I listen to most things, on cutscenes while I was playing the game. So it was me keeping up with the story while still being able to continue progression, because unfortunately, like most games, and especially MMOs, there's a lot of travel. So I'm going from one location to another. Now, being able to fly, which this game lets you do, close to the end of the first expansion, really, ARR, as they call it, it makes things a lot easier. So that's fantastic. Though I hear they're restricted later on. I'll have to find out. The MSQ almost killed me. Just trying to get to play the job I wanted, it was kind of murder. Now, one of the cool things about this game is being able to pick any job you want. You go do a short little side quest, and then you have quests that you play every like 5 levels or so for your class, for your job. And so those are specific to that job. Well, you're going to play those, and they teach you how to play, and they teach you things about the lore behind your job, which this is pretty cool. And you get your new abilities for it. But being sent like errand boy back and forth constantly, especially when there wasn't things that were super important to the storyline, it was murder. Like, I can't remember if I was 20 or 30 in, and levels, that is, on my warrior. And I just thought, you know what? Maybe this isn't the game for me, because you have to go through to get to end content, level 100 content, all the story. Like, we're talking 400 hours supposedly to get you one job to level 100. That is a lot. That is a lot. And I can definitely see now, while the story's been pretty good so far, I mean, at the end of ARR, which is the first real expansion and everything, you have like an hour and a half cutscene. Like, you just sit back and watch a movie. Thankfully, like I said, they played that on, put that on YouTube. So I just watched a channel on super fast to listen to everything while I sped along and got my job for this character. So I don't know if they're going to change it. There's been a little bit of speculation that they could change it with the expansion in January. But if you're looking to get into a new MMO and hop into in-game content right now, this is definitely not for you. It will take you weeks, months to get to in-game content. And that's fine with me looking at wanting to have a new long-term MMO, at least for the time being. Then I'm fine with that. But getting to where I could play the character I wanted, at least, while still being able to do all the dungeons, because you can still do dungeons, and they have different hard modes and stuff. And then you have 3 raids at level 50 once you get here. But that's pretty good. But that's still a lot of hours to put in, just be able to play with your friends. And if you've got friends that have been playing for years, from what I understand, and I could be wrong, tell me in the comments below, there's no shortcut to this. They don't make it to where you can level up your character and then jump to in-game content and then come back and do the storyline. It's you must do the story or you don't get the content. And I think right now, being that it's 12 years old, having so much content and so much story, however good it is, guys, I think that is what's keeping more players from coming in. Because a lot of people want to come in with their friends, or they want to see the in-game content and everything. And if you started with a group of friends and you wanted to play and you all leveled up together, you know, that probably wouldn't matter. You'd get to play all these dungeons for the first time. It'd be cool and everything. But playing in-game content and being able to play with your friends that have been here for a long time is probably going to be something that you even have stories of that have held people back from playing the game. Also, I would like to say, when you start off, I am level 41, and these are the abilities I've got. A lot of our new games nowadays, you start off and you've got 4, 8 abilities, maybe 12, depending on what you're doing. Now, that may be the only abilities you get for the entirety of the game. In this, you're going to be running around with like 36 hotkeys before this is over with. And I've got 48, and I just changed these the other day to get ready for progression. So I'll change all these. But you start off, you have like 1 attack skill and like 1 other ability, and that's it. And then you play 5 levels and you get another one. I really wish that maybe there's a little more so it didn't feel quite as slow. Also, if you're testing out the game, you at least have to go to 30. The reason I say you have to go to 30 is because, 1, you do get more abilities. But I felt like my damage and solo progression vastly improved once I got my full job from my like base marauder that I was, and I turned into a warrior. And the same thing goes with being my Dark Knight. It just felt smoother, faster, and easier to do solo content. So if you're going to try it out, at least try it to 30, 35, and everything will clear up a little bit. I wish that we had some more abilities at lower level, but what I think would fix it would be that if you made, I know this could be heresy, but if you made the storyline a little more optional, come in and do a couple different things, allow the character to level and have dungeons and things unlock by their level. So if it goes by MSQ, then you instantly have to, or you instantly have it unlocked when you reach a certain level. This would allow you to do your job quests still. So you still get to have the story of your job, and I get to see Curious George, maybe I'll explain that to y'all later, go through his issues and stuff. But I think it would help the community grow even more. And those of y'all that have been here for a very long time, you've gone through this story before. So it wouldn't hurt any of you, but it would definitely help new friends come along and join this game. And when they got in and when they leveled up and they discovered how cool it was to do raids and dungeons and how much fun they were going to have, they could go back and they could enjoy the story. Because I know there's several of you that either start new characters or new accounts specifically to go through everything brand new. So that's the one thing that almost killed me was the MSQ. Hopefully we will see a fix with that in the coming months, or maybe in January's kind of expansion that they're going to have. Because there's going to be bringing a lot of changes. They're going to be changing up this. If you don't know, they're on a 1-2-3 systems where you have global cooldowns. You have a set of skills that you should hit in order every 2.5 seconds. And to optimize your damage. Because outside of your rolls, everyone deals damage in this game. And then you have off global cooldown, which are going to be abilities that you can fire off for just whenever they're available. That not being one of them. But the graphics, from what I understand, got an update to an extent. They look good. I mean, even coming from other games, I think, and I haven't played with all of them, and I got some of the other ones turned off, I think DK looks fantastic. I would put it in there with other games, other classes. Hello. But I think the biggest problem, and as you saw, he just switched jobs. Oh, I got to make a video on that too. It's fantastic. I think the one thing that really holds this game back is going to be not the UI, which, come on guys, I'm sure there's some mods and stuff out there that you could just incorporate or ask some of us to build and we'd do it for you. But the MSQ, the MSQ is the main problem. Not that it's bad, but that it's a gatekeep for your new players. And if you want more players to come in and to breathe even more life into this game, then I think if we figured out a way to go around it so that we can still play through it, it would make things everything better. But right now, I'm good with going through the storyline because I got the class I wanted to play, and even though it was a grind getting here, it sure is fun being here. All right, catch you guys next time.